Welcome to Marriage Mixed with Spencer and Shirley. Marriage Mixed is a resource that opens the door on interracial marriage. We share our real experiences from our interracial marriage, and let me tell you, it has not been easy, but it is rewarding. We talk about our differences, what has worked for us, and what is still difficult. We also share our views on important topics like food from a white guy's perspective and from a Haitian girl's perspective. What is our goal? Our goal is to reach people like you who may be struggling in an interracial marriage and, through the sharing of our own story, prove to you that you are not alone. The battle for your marriage is real, and thankfully, you have reinforcements. Our hope is that by using this resource, you will grow in love and grace for your spouse and ultimately find hope, help, and healing for your marriage. Sometimes it'll be tense, and other times you'll be laughing with us as we discover new things about each other. In this series, Into the Mix, we wanted to give you the opportunity to get to know us better. Chances are you'll find yourself relating to our experience so far. Thanks for joining us. Well, welcome to Marriage Mix with Shirley and Spencer. How you doing, Shirley?
I'm alright.
Good. So today I was thinking, as we sit here on the edge of our bed, ready for bed, that we could talk about our holiday traditions and how they differ.
Okay.
So, right off the bat, I know that we have very different experiences with Christmas, and I know, hopefully I'm not revealing too much, but that Christmas was not a big holiday in your family or a big thing that was celebrated. And so I was thinking if you would share a little bit about that, and I could share about my experience, and then I wanted to ask you about the holidays, or the holiday that you did really celebrate, so that it kind of evens out. Because I have a way bigger Christmas experience than you. What do you think?
Okay.
Alright.
I wouldn't say we didn't celebrate. We didn't do presents or anything. We just went to church. And we had like a church service on Christmas Eve, and like...
What time was the service?
Whatever time they decided it to be.
It was different every year?
I don't know. It was in the evening.
Like late evening or like 5 p.m.?
So probably like 7, something like that.
It was pretty late.
They had like dancing, like kids dancing to worship songs, or like a skit, or different things, different years. So that was like the main thing for our Christmas. Like people from the church coming together to watch the Christmas show and what the kids put together. The youth ministry put together.
Was it like, I'm assuming it was themed, not just like a routine to a random song, but probably Christmas themed, or?
Somewhat, like they might have like the Christmas skit, or like a Christmas story, play or whatever, but otherwise there's like, they might do dances to different Christian songs, not necessarily Christmas songs.
Were you in those?
Yeah.
What kind of things did you do?
Just like different dances, or one time they had like a step team.
Step team?
Yeah, like they did like some type of step as part of the show.
What's that? How is a step different than dancing? Or is that a type of dance?
It's not a type of dance. It's like making beats with your feet and stuff.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I'd like to see you do that.
I don't know if I performed, because I might not have went to enough practices. Maybe I did perform some of it. I don't think I performed at that, but I learned some of it, but I didn't come to enough rehearsals to perform. I'm not sure. I don't remember. One time we had an African dance, which was really popular. The church went crazy and they wanted us to do it again. They're like, encore, encore. So we came back out and redid it again.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We might have performed it another time. I don't know.
How old were you? Do you remember?
No. But we wore like these like long grass skirts.
What was it? I mean, I've seen little of African dancing.
It was like, the song was no lyrics. It was just beats. It's pretty good. It was a good choreograph. However you say that word.
Choreography?
Yeah.
Who was doing the choreography, do you know?
Different people. I know who did the choreography. At least one of the people. I don't know if there was multiple. Who did a choreography for that. The African dance, which was super popular. One year we had like a theme for like some type of white Christmas. But that dance was notable. There was another dance we did for like one of Kirk Franklin's song, and I don't remember the name of the song, but it was like the first few lyrics are like short, big nose, big teeth, something like that.
And this is a Christmas song?
It's not a Christmas song, but they just did it to that, and that one was super popular. I didn't dance in that, but it was a good one too.
Do they still do that, do you know? Or has that died away since you were in it?
Do they? Maybe.
That sounds pretty fun. So I'm getting the impression that Christmas Eve was the big deal versus Christmas Day. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, we worked up to performing whatever we're performing on the show, and like everybody came, or like many people came from the church to watch what the kids put together. That was the main thing. We didn't really do presents or decorating our house or anything like that, or like Christmas dinner or anything. My mom would go to work on Christmas usually, probably. I don't know if she didn't go to work, if we would have done something.
And she was in the hotel industry then. I mean, she always has been, right? More or less.
Yeah.
But your dad wouldn't work on Christmas?
No, I don't think so.
Did you guys see family at all on Christmas? I know on other holidays they'll come by and hang out. Not really?
Probably not. But I don't know, maybe.
How long did you guys prepare for the dance and step routines that you were doing?
Maybe a few months, but I'm not sure.
It's a long time.
Yeah, I mean, they probably would have practice like once a week or something like that. And maybe as it got closer, they would have practice like a couple, like more than once a week.
When did the actual event finish? If it starts around 7?
I don't know, maybe 2 hours or something. Maybe 3, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I feel like, I guess I'm asking because I remember that there was a holiday you guys had where it was like, maybe it's the New Year where you all stay up super late.
Yeah.
As a church family, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they stay up till midnight for the church service, and then they eat and
A huge dinner.
it's not huge, it's just what they have to offer. Like chocolat, like Haitian hot chocolate, and
I was there, it was pretty big.
Sushi. It's not that much food. It doesn't really fill you up, it's just soup.
I guess we eat soup differently.
I mean, you say soup doesn't fill you up either.
No.
And plus it's such a big batch that it might not be like as filling. It's like
More watered down.
More thin.
Yeah, that's true. It's so good though. Tastes so very comforting to eat. Well, there's a lot more there than I thought. It's cool to hear all that. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
What are you feeling right now?
Yes, we did do stuff for Christmas. It just wasn't the same.
Yeah, I see that. Well, I assumed wrong. It's an example of, I don't know, just expecting one thing and it being different. For my side, for Christmas, the biggest day was definitely Christmas, but we did a lot for Thanksgiving, for Christmas Eve. I feel like most people would have off. I don't think my dad, maybe he would work, but he'd come home a little early, maybe, if he did. And we'd be excited all day. And when I was little, up until maybe I was 15, we'd have some longtime family friends would come over. Two couples that we knew for years and years, and we would do a family skit for them, which they really enjoyed.
Was this Christmas Day?
It was Christmas Eve, and I feel like it was probably after dinner, but we would have a big dinner with ham and potatoes and everything else that you can imagine. And then later on, we started doing dessert before dinner, which was like very luxurious for my rest of my family. And I enjoyed it too, but also didn't, because you feel like garbage before you actually get to the real food. But it was fun. And the plays were really fun. We wouldn't practice for months by any means, and we would all put our own spin on it. And I'd always do something ridiculous and silly, make people laugh, which was fun. But it would be like the Christmas story that we would do. And then after that, we might have another round of dessert or something, and then we would do stockings, and our friends who were visiting, because they wouldn't be there on Christmas, would give us gifts, which always missed the mark, but were sweet. Because for some reason those two couples didn't have any children, so they didn't really know what to get kids, or like what age appropriate gifts. So you'd always get something that's like way too young or just doesn't even appeal to you. And my parents, particularly my mom, was super good at giving gifts, so it was pretty harsh when you get a gift that's not very good, because mom knew exactly what you liked and just would get you great gifts.
Did you open it in front of them, you guys?
We did, and it was terrible.
No, how did y'all react?
We always tried to have a nice big reaction, but for me it was like crushing my soul, because it was like, oh, I have to act excited, and
so you all faked it?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
So do you still fake it when someone gives you a gift that you don't want?
It's probably my instinct, unfortunately. I don't want to do that, though. But yeah. Yeah, it was bad. I remember when I was like... I don't know if I want to share that. Because we love those couples so much. It's like, it doesn't even matter what they got us. The fact that they're thinking of us was so sweet. And we love them.
It's the thought that counts. But you probably shouldn't fake a reaction.
No.
Just be mellow. Just be like, thank you. Like I do. Just say thank you.
But
I might end up really liking it later. Or I might not like it. But I just thanked you and moved on.
That's not the way my family...
Don't ask me if I love it. Because I might. What am I supposed to say?
It's terrible when people do that.
Anyway, don't put that part in.
And then we do poppers, which is a UK tradition. One of the couples was from the UK. You grab one side and pop it, and a little gift comes out, and they're always silly, and we do that. And then Christmas Day was huge, and we would do the Christmas... Well, first of all, we'd all go to sleep, and we wouldn't be allowed to wake up until we heard Emmanuel by... I'm gonna forget her name.
How you forgot her name?
Amy Grant. Amy Grant? Yeah. Which is a great song, and very appropriate. So when we heard that song, we were all allowed to come out. We'd barrel out and, stub our toes and hurt each other because we were running so fast. We were all supposed to sit down at the dinner table. And then for a long time, we'd have a little peppermint candy cane, like the old-fashioned kind that are straight and actually taste good, in a little tin can. And Mom did that because she loved Little House on the Prairie, and the woman who wrote those, Laura Ingalls Wilder, that was what they got for Christmas one year. And, you know, they were like on the frontier in America in the 1800s, so getting anything for Christmas was huge. And the guy who brought it to them, like, literally went, you know, traveled to get to them, bringing it through, like, frozen rivers in the snow. And it was just, like, crazy that they got a gift like that on Christmas. They got their own tin cup. I think they got a penny in the cup, too. And they got a candy cane, which is, like... So basically, it was just... She was showing us that, like, we have so much, you know? And that, for them, that was, like, a huge thing because they were so poor. So that was always felt meaningful. Made me realize, wow, we have a lot from a young age. And then Dad would be super sleepy, but would read the Christmas story to us all. And they took it so extreme that they'd have all the presents in one room, and they'd block off the room with, like, blankets. So they, like, set up chairs and blankets so you couldn't see into the room. Like, so we're all, like, waiting for the blankets to come off so we could see what's in the room. And I remember when we were little, and it's not an exaggeration, the room was full of gifts. Like, the entire room was full of gifts.
Which room? The front room?
The front room, yeah. Literally, gifts on the wall, gifts on the floor, gifts piling up to the couch, just gifts everywhere. We'd be like, ah! Like, we really, literally flipping out. Mom and Dad would like, all right, take a picture. We're like,
I need to see a picture of this room full of gifts.
It was ridiculous.
But you guys were kids.
Yeah.
And they had 5 kids. And they got each of y'all how many gifts? There was no, like, amount?
We would all give each other a gift. So
that's
right there, that's
25
like...
gifts? Or is my math wrong? Each kid getting other kids to give 20 gifts.
It's 20?
Yeah.
How are you getting that from?
5 times 4. Because you are getting gifts for 4 people.
Good job. Yep, 20 gifts. And then Mom and Dad would get each of us 3 gifts.
So that's 25 more gifts. So
and then they would get
gifts.
Approximately 14 to 15 gifts from Jesus that were just for the whole family. So there was a ton of gifts. Not to mention the gifts they got each other.
How many gifts did they get each other?
Usually 3.
So there was about 70 gifts. How long did it take y'all to open this?
From 6 a.m. when we got up till about noon. We'd open them one at a time. The whole family would watch as each one was opened and celebrate for the, oh, that's so great. And then we'd go, like, youngest to oldest. So it was a very special time. And we'd have food and eat, well, you know, take a break and then go back to the gifts. And usually by noon we were, like, stuffed and exhausted from the gifts. And then everybody would just chill and play with their gifts all day. It's fantastic. And then we'd all be depressed the next day. The after Christmas blues.
We haven't done that for our children. Last year we got our eldest child 2 gifts. A tiny little stuffed pet and a book. This year we got our children, we got each of them 1 gift and one of them a gift to share. So we got 3 gifts in total.
Probably need to get them more.
I mean, they do get a lot from
my mom.
Your parents. I mean, not your parents, your family.
Yeah. It was really fun talking about all this with you.
You done?
Yeah. Unless you had other questions or something you wanted to talk about.
No.
The differences of an Anglo-American and a first or quasi-second
Just
generation.
say Haitian American.
Haitian American.
First generation Haitian American.
But
it is. I am the first generation Haitian American.
First American. But they're the first generation born.
I'm the first generation Haitian American.
There's a good case for both. but I know what you're saying. Thanks for being on the show with me, honey.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening to our
marriage mix.
Thanks for listening to our marriage
Mixed.
That doesn't make sense what I'm trying to say. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.